started. We give all praise, honor, and glory to you. Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders. Great notes from the Texas is true. Double salutations to all you out out there laboring in the house of David, the elect. This Christian is word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. Shalom to the elect out there, man. Right?
So again, we come out here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon, which is America, right? And we see it's fast and falling. Right? We just had the U.S. debt ceiling. They came to an agreement, and though the U.S. has reached a debt ceiling agreement, America is evident that it's going down the drain. Now, just then, from May 31st, 2023, total credit card debt in the U.S. has officially crossed $1 trillion for the first time in history. Woo. This comes as average interest rates on credit card debt have hit a record high of 25%. Okay?
Nobody got no money.
Nobody got money. A lot of these people out here that are living in Babylon, in this land of confusion, they confusing everybody to think that they got this image of, they got their shit together, they got money. Okay? A lot of these people, they don't got two pennies to rub together, man. They rubbing together credit card cards.
No? He said they rubbing together credit card.
This is the Bible also Habakkuk chapter 2, and verse 5. Verse 6. It says, shall not all these take them and talk fairly against them? So proverb against them and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long unto him that layeth himself in a thick clay?
Right, that thick clay going into that debt. Okay? That thick clay is latched onto that Carolina red clay. That shit get on your shoes, you can't get that shit out. That's how it is with this debt, man. Because you have to always remember, America is a debt-based economy. Okay? The inception of America was based upon debt. And it's been accumulating debt over time. And over the past 3 years, America has accumulated trillions of debt. Okay? And it's getting worse and worse and worse as time progresses.
This is the Hebrew word H5671. It says, weight of pledges, heavy debts. In the root word, shamash bar, it says to take a pledge, give a pledge. Go down to the lexicon, it says exchange, give a pledge for anything. It says for anything borrowed, so pretty much going into the FRN, the Federal Reserve Book.
Because you really don't have that money that you think that you have. That money is preparing to go poof. As you continue to get closer into the transition of the NWO, and the US dollar is going to be done away with.
This is that's the book of Ezekiel chapter 7. Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 19, and it reads, I'll start up a little bit. Ezekiel 7 and 17, it says, all hands shall be feeble and all knees shall be weak as water. All right? And that's what's going to happen when this economy shuts down. Because everybody has their hope in banks, money, right? America's never going to fall, right? So once again, these people are under that strong delusion. Because everything that's going on with this economy, right, is all geared to what? To collapse, right? To prepare for that micro C-hit, man. CBDC. It says, verse 18, Ezekiel 7:18, they shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads, because people are going to be in a lower state, man. People are going to be finished out here, man. You can't go to the ATM, you can't go to the grocery stores, right? You can't use cash anymore, right? All hell's about to break loose. Verse 19, the point, they shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. So the silver and gold is equated to the money. So when the money is useless, it's going to be cast into the streets, just like during the time of the first Great Depression, right? They had barrels of fucking money, man. They was lighting that shit on fire just to keep warm, right? It's gonna be the same thing in this time, finishing it out. they should not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity, right? So people are going to be all the way finished, man. This is what we waiting on, man. You talking about $1 trillion worth of credit card debt? That's all of America combined, man. People are broke as hell, man. It's real out here.
It's about 10,000 between all American households. These people don't have 10,000 to pay off their debt, so they're just packing off debt. That's that big play. It's going to be eventually to them.
This is Noah Oscar, Genesis chapter 47, verse 15. It says, and when money fell in the land of Egypt, in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto them and said, give us bread, for our should not like our presence, for the money failed. That's pretty much what's going on. American Babylon, great spiritual Egypt. Did you get that? It's pretty much the same thing happened to Rome. You know, America's spiritual Rome is spiritual Egypt. So the same thing is going to happen to America.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 9. The thing that happened, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. There is no new thing under the sun.
Just like Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, Rome, America's going to fall just like those kingdoms.
It's Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 6 in the NLT. But soon their captains will taunt them. They will mock them, saying, what sorrow awaits you thieves? Now you will get what you deserve. You've become rich by extortion. But how much longer can this go on? Suddenly your debtors will take action. They will turn on you and take all you have, while you stand trembling and helpless. So just, lad backing up what the brother was saying, going into that big play, man, that debt, that America has heaped onto itself, man. And through their philosophies, the whole world is in debt now, man. Everybody owes everybody. So all this money, where is it going, right? It's all leading up to that central bank digital currency that we're about to see, be implemented in the earth, man.
Here it is. America is concerned about the debt limit, the debt ceiling, but they made sure to say, look, the debt ceiling isn't going to impact how much money we get to. Correct. That shit ain't going to stop. They said, let it be known. Let's hit the record straight. Right now, we are still going to get money to fund this proxy war, man. Because that's the time, the season that we're in right now, man. We're in the time of the shift, all right? The shift in the hour of temptation, which then after that will come World War III. So these things that are happening in the spirit, if you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, hey, it's coming fast down the pipe, man. Now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. So if our salvation is nearer than when we believe, that means that the destruction is near also. Okay?
It's Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 10. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and an howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. And that's the economy that we're seeing, man. The scriptures talking about the peoples of the house trembling. That's all these economists seeing, that the value of the U.S. dollar is about to take a giant tumble, man. And that financial ruin is on the horizon. And that Fishgate is the marketplace, man. All you stock experts and various things of that nature, man. So we're about to see everything that this place is built on, all the debt that they've heaped onto themselves through these markets is about to come tumbling down, man.
Yeah, something got to give, right? People broke, people are barely making it, right? Barely making bills, barely paying their bills, barely making rent, car notes. Something got to give, man.
And then also, come August the 1st, the U.S. is going to start to bring back the student loans. People are going to have to start paying those loans back, which is then going to create what? Further debt, further defaults, further mispayments, right? Which is going to fuck up people's credit. And that ultimately is going to impact the economy, because with people not having to pay on their student loans for the past 3 years, that's allowed for billions of dollars to be put into the economy. And now that's going to get pulled out. So all of these things are is creating the fuel of is adding the fuel to the fire, man. Right now, if I could Brother, we read Zephaniah, the first chapter. The author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. He goes into three times the crash. So there's 3 stages that he sees is going to happen with the debt that's being piled up and how the economy is going. Right? The first stage, he says, is the stocks and bonds. Right? Which we see, which the brother had just read in Zephaniah, the first chapter, crashing from the hills, from the fish gate. Right? The collapse of this economy, the collapse of the stock brokers and the various stock markets. Man. All of that shit is going to come crashing down. Right? Because interest rates are going up. It's going to wipe out who? The people that have established and put their hope in, tied all their money into the markets. The Roth IRAs, the 401ks, the transfer on death accounts, joint tenant accounts, all of that shit is going to stop.
The people trust in that.
They do.
You know, like nigga talk about, yo, I'm with Vanguard. You know what I'm saying? I'm with the elites. You know what I'm saying? All that shit going down, man.
With her fake
The second is the real estate, right? So the real estate market, that's going to be affected by the crash of the stock, right? Because once that goes belly up, a lot of these people that spent, like look at these people that put all this money into purchasing a home, and they got these high-ass interest rates. When the crash happens, they're going to lose equity on the home that they purchased. And they're not going to have the funds to try and cover the loss that they had. So it's just going to be a bad loss at the end of the day. And then ultimately the third is just the dollar being devalued. You know? Because at that point, ain't nobody really want to deal with the dollar. You got 60% of our population on the earth tied into bricks. A mass portion of the GDP of the world is tied into the bricks economy. And they're saying, look, we're done with the dollar. Fuck the dollar. They're building their own type of banking system. They're done with the SWIFT banking system. They're pretty much done with the U.S. hegemony dictating how the show goes on. And you simple-minded ass Babylonians out there, you refuse to acknowledge what's really happening here. This is all the will of Yahweh Bashim Shai, judging the land. It's gradually taking place.
Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 11. How ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, and all they that bear silver are cut off.
Hey, your merchant people are what? Your investors, Wall Street, people that handle the stock market. Those would be the merchant, the traders. So the Lord said they all gonna be cut down, right? You know how they showed it in the movie or the little clips when the stock crashes, everybody in there holding their head. You know, that's how it's gonna be, man. Motherfuckers crying and shit. Right.
And this is going to be a time as never before. You got to think, they're literally at the point where they're going to do away with this system in order to introduce a new way of buying and selling, which is going to be that implantable device. And a lot of these people, they're going to bug the fuck out when that happens.
Right.
Okay, come on. This is Yeshaya, Isaiah 33 and verse 1. It says, woe to me that spoileth, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and dealt not treacherously with me. Thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously. They shall deal treacherously with me, so like he was going into pretty much from other nations gathering them together from their own currencies and getting their own resources, and doing this work back to
It's all set up to dethrone Babylon. Can I get Isaiah 47?
This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
Yeah, all your allies, man. All these nations that Esau, America did business with, all right? They flipping the script. They're switching up. Go ahead.
And prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
Yeah, they laid a trap, man. And really, that's what this whole BRICS thing is for, man. Right? The BRICS was pretty much set up to do away with the petrodollar, man. Ultimately, to forward the CBDC, which is behind this the CHIP. It's all leading to that. You know, everything all transactions, everything that every way how you function in Babylon is all going digital, man. Right?
You had that devil Klaus Schwab, one of the leaders and spokesmen of the World Economic Forum. He said, look, the direction that China is going with their social credit system is the exact formula for how they envision the world to be in the future. Because China's leading the forefront. As Zaquan has said, BRICS is preparing to dethrone America's petrodollar. And America sees that shit like, oh, we're going to try and rally ourselves together. That's why Joe Biden, months back, when he signed that check, they said that America would be the one to lead the way in chip technology. But at the end of the day, man, whoever the fuck is leading it, it don't matter. Okay? If you take that shit, you're gonna die. By the hands of Yahweh Bashim al-Shah, man.
All these nations are all in cahoots anyway. Hey, the world is one big ass stage, if you ain't noticed, man. It's just all one big how you say the word, script. It's theater. That's the word I was looking for. It's just one big theater, man.
It all ties back to the bankers. These banking families, they're all involved in these different nations, man. And as Zaquan said, the world is a stage. You know, it's a theater. It's got acts. It's got different steps right now. Scenes. So we in the interlude right now. Because we about to transition into the NWO. Right when we come back into the theater and they roll out the curtains.
Yeah. Right. Boom.
Yeah, you're gonna drop that karate on you simple-minded people. Y'all gonna be on the outside like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even know we started it.
Hey, like the nigga Lil Duval, right? He was on the hot seat for a couple days, man. Yeah. Brothers went in on him, man. Talking about, look, he said he was gonna take it, but he said he was gonna wait till other people take it and they die first, right? After he said he'll take it after the niggas take it first, and then when they die, then that's when he'll take it, or something like that, right? So the point, all you niggas know out there, man. Celebrity world, all these Jakes, man. We was just dealing with Jake before we started camp. All these niggas know, man. They watching private, scoffing, making mockery. But we telling you, in due time, it ain't gonna be no more scoffing and mocking, man. Right? You gonna have to make a choice. Right?
The Lord is making that line very distinct at this time. The Lord is exposing these false prophets, these false leaders, right? These people that are trying to creep in unaware. All of that, man, is being exposed. Agents, right? The son of perdition. We in a time of exposure. The Lord is also exposing who the true men of the Lord are. He's making everything evident to where you have no excuse, Jake. Right?
Yeah, it's all being made evident. It's all being made evident before the judgment. Before the judgment happens. The people, everybody needed to see before it all happens. So nobody can say they didn't know. Everything is being laid out, right?
It's Luke 21 and verse 15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
Hey, because we got the truth. It's not about bragging or nothing like that, being arrogant. It's just that, hey, we simply got 100% truth through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shah, pertaining to prophecy and what's going to get us delivered out of here. Okay? None of our adversaries can gainsay or resist this thing. That's why everybody's talking about the truth. The topic of the Israelites is on the mouths of everybody, man. Right? Podcasts, celebrities, the news, right? You niggas 2/3 roaming around.
Especially the elites.
The elites, all right? Everybody is talking about this thing of ours, man. Straight up.
Hey, the definition of that word gainsay, it says to declare to be untrue or invalid, to contradict or oppose.
Right, they hoping that we lying, man. They hoping that, look, these things that we're bringing out of the scriptures are not going to come to pass. That's what these people really hope.
That's why the scripture said they can't gainsay, you know? Because this is the truth. The spirit that we speak of is the spirit of Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. The scriptures say that, you know, the Lord tell us what to say. Not as Ezekiel 3:17, right? They've been reading from me, so it's not us that's speaking. It's Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. You know, but Jake fails to realize it because they can't see it. They can't see it.
That's right. It's not us, right? It's the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai working through us because what? We're those vessels. All right, let me get that for you. This is 2 Corinthians. All right, 2 Corinthians chapter 4. In verse 7. When it reads 2 Corinthians 4 and 7. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels. What is the treasure? The knowledge. Which are likened unto what? The true riches. Pearls, precious pearls, gold, rubies, right? But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of Yahweh Shema Shai and not of us.
This is of Yahweh Shema Shai.
No,
This isn't of men.
I say take this all the way to Hawkins.
If it was of men, it would have never came to anything, right? The Lord is involved in this whole process. If I may just get a quick precept just to add to that point. Psalms 127. Psalms 127 and 1.
That's right.
Except the Lord Yahweh build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Okay, so we see that with everything that our people try to tie themselves to. Egyptology, Pan-Africanism, right? Satanism, witchcraft, tarot cards, all type of bullshit that Jake is Black Panthers, right? Jake has tried every single thing, but that's why the scripture is saying what? That the Lord has sent the apostles last, because you don't try everything, Jake. You don't try everything. You don't got off and did everything that you can think of, fraternities, secret societies, big societies, all that bullshit, bro. And it ain't work for you. That's because it wasn't of Yahweh Shema Shai. This is of Yahweh Shema Shai. This is the way to your rest. This is the way for you trying to make sense of your plight in this system. This is how you make sense of your existence, man. Coming back to the Lord. This last part right here. Except the Lord Yahweh keep the city, the watchmen waketh, but in vain. Okay? And you got a lot of our people that are trying to be false watchmen, giving these vain divinations and all types of bullshit. And then all those people that follow after that watchman and their followers, all of them niggas is gonna be destroyed, man. Because you're not watching with truth.
It's a symbol of the Lord.
Exactly. The Lord ain't dealing with them. Like Zabron has said, we don't say it with just be all puffed up with pride. No, it's just because Yahweh Shema Shai has select vessels on this planet that he chose to give his word to.
Hey, the scriptures say, if a man speak not according to this word, there is no light in him. See that? So there's a lot of these niggas that don't got the light. They bug out. They bugged out, man. They weren't sent. They weren't called by Yahweh Shema Shai. So essentially what? That makes you a false prophet. And false prophets are going to get put to death. You can't play, hey, when you saying something that's not according to the scriptures, you're making the Lord a liar. Don't the scriptures say, let the Lord be true and every man a liar? You see what I'm saying? So this is not a light thing to be picking up the Bible and just out here saying what the hell you want to say, man. If it's not according to this word, then hey, the Spirit of the Lord ain't dealing with you, man. Right? It ain't about because you know you're an Israelite, man. All right, all that's played out. Romans 9 and 6. Right? They are not all Israel, which are of Israel, man. It's all about the elect. And guess what? The elect would have the truth started with the prophets, all right, and the true believers in Yahweh Shema Shai. They would have the discernment of knowing who's serving the Most High, who's not.
Hosea chapter 6. Hosea chapter 6 and verse 1. Come and let us return unto the Lord.
Right, this is what we tell our people. Come and let us return to the Lord. This is the mindset of the elect in these last days, man. We pray to be of the elect. The elect will be coming to seek after the Lord in these times, because they were predestinated to be delivered out of this, okay? And they were also predestinated to what? To have the breath of life enter into them once more, as pursuant to Ezekiel 37, right? Revelations 11, okay? They would be the ones that would actually seek after the Lord and have the breath come back into them. Yes, sir.
So Hosea chapter 6 and verse 1. Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn, and he will heal us. He hath smitten, and he will bind us up.
Right, the Lord tore us, the Lord smit us. Why? Because of our disobedience. See, Jake is still simple-minded and trying to play the victim as to why we're in the condition that we're in, right? Because you have zero accountability for your actions that you've done in your past lives, that your ancestors, which are you've done, okay? By you going against the covenant that was established with our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, it was detailed things that would happen if we were to abide by them and things that would happen if we didn't. You could read about that in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. From verse 1 to verse 14, it outlines all the blessings that will befall Israel. 15 on down would detail all the ass-kicking and tribulations that Jacob would endure due to their disobedience.
This is how Shah also Hosea chapter 5 verse 15 says, I will go and return to my place, so they acknowledge their offense, which we all went off. The elect is seeking the Lord's face now. It says, seek my face, in their affliction they will seek me early. Their captivity. They should remember themselves. So pretty much that's what the elect is going to be doing in this wrong time. Seeking the Lord, acknowledging their offense.
Baruch 4 and 5. Baruch chapter 4, verse 6. And it reads, you were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because you moved God to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies.
Exactly. It's a covenant you made. Like, you gonna sign a contract with somebody, and then when the contract don't really fit your narrative, oh man, I didn't know. You didn't sign the contract. Everybody made that agreement when Moses came down. All of Israel agreed. So everybody was a part of this arrangement.
Everybody was accountable.
Shit, all Jake want to be able to be partakers in the benefits, and nobody want to partake in the bitter. If that's the case, nigga, you should be obedient. And that's what we telling our people. Look at the fruit of our people today, and you see the fruits of disobedience. The curses.
Verse 7.
It's the curses that will cleave unto you.
Right.
Them shits is inescapable.
Right. And the scripture tells us in Isaiah, I believe it's 50, that the Lord gave us a certificate of divorcement. That certificate is the curses. Right? So if you don't want to, you didn't want to obey the husband, here's your certificate of divorce.
You in the streets now.
You
fucking with Ham, you fucking with Elon.
Oh, okay.
You over here praying to fucking wood and stone and shit.
You for the streets.
You for the streets. Now your ass laying in the streets. Right. You getting trodden down like the mire in the streets. You like damn.
Right.
So they going after every green street.
Play the harlot. Israel is the Lord's woman. Right? So that woman committed a spiritual adultery, man. Forsook her husband, man. So we was given to the streets. Now look at us, man. But as the brother brought out, the remnant will seek the Lord's face and will come back in this time. So this is what we doing. We fix it out for Baruch 4 and 7. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to God.
Right. Jake playing the harlot. When you started to go after these other gods, you wanted to be as the heathen. Hey, that was you trying to pretty much say fuck the Lord. In so many ways. Right? Because again, we made that harmonious arrangement with the Heavenly Father to abide by a certain lifestyle, to be an example, to be the standard on the earth, and a reflection of Him. Okay? To Zion. Right? We used to be a monument. Now you look at Jake. Jake is just a terrible example to where everybody on the planet looks at them like,
Got a monument, got spray paint on it, got shit going on it.
Right.
Got pieces of it chipped off.
Desecrated.
Desecrated, man.
And that's why we're telling our people, like, look, going tying it all the way back to Hosea, the 6th chapter, right? The Lord smit. You understand now why you were put in the position? Because of your disobedience. It was divine. Like Esau says, manifest destiny, right? Esau had a point when he made that. Because Esau was allowed to go out here and do what he wanted to do. Matter of fact, grab Revelation 6 and 4 about it.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, when Columbus came to the Americas and the Northern Kingdom watched those boats hit the shores, I believe it was said that they saw signs in the heavens when that happened. You know what I'm saying? So it was all the Lord for them to get over here and face the judgment. Ephraim can get slaughtered, you know, Gad, you know.
This is Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
Right, and that red horse is Esau Edom. All right, who you may know as today as the so-called white race. All right, the border of wickedness, who's went on a fucking tangent throughout the whole planet and destroyed creation itself. The real thing, you know.
And that they should kill one another. There was given unto him a great sword.
Right, they should kill one another because when Esau Edom established his hegemony, they were all fighting for dominance. Right, you had the Dutch, the Spaniards, the English. They were all trying to fight to establish their dominance through these various families, these bloodlines. Okay? But ultimately, Esau was given that green light to come over here and fuck the niggas up because of their disobedience, man. The Lord sanctioned this. You see? Esau is prideful, so he's going to portray it like, look, I managed to put this shit together. I put two and two without two. Hey, Shalom, bro. Make it up. You know? The Lord gave Esau Edom the hit to go out and do what he wanted to do. If you grab Daniel the 2nd chapter. Right? Just driving home the point so that Jake can understand that it's ultimately the Lord that did this to you, man. Right?
It's the definition of provoke. You know, because we provoke the Lord's anger, right? You know, as the elder had read. It reads to incite anger or resentment, to stir into action or feeling. And what was that action, man? Him putting these curses upon us, man. Him sending us into these various captivities. Right? It says to give rise to or bring about deliberately to induce. So our people deliberately brought forth the rage of Yahweh Shemal Shai, man. We understood what we were to do and what we weren't to do. But we chose not to follow in those correct ways. We go after the ways of the heathen, man. So now we've been paying the price for our disobedience, man.
This is Daniel, also Daniel chapter 4 and verse 17. It says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whomsoever he will, set up over it the basis of men.
Right, so the Lord is ultimately, again, the one that's in control of who you see operating and ruling the planet Earth. Okay? The Edomite hegemony was allowed to reign on the planet Earth to this very day because the Lord permitted it to happen. And the Edomites are the ones that are referenced at the latter part of that verse, the basis of men. Because everything that they've done throughout the whole earth is nothing but acts against humanity. You're literally so sick and senile in the mind that you go out and just destroy earth itself, man. That's why scriptures say in Romans that the whole creation is waiting for the sons of God. Because they understand, look, the earth itself understands why it's imperative for Jake to get in order, except for Israel. 2/3 don't see the fucking understanding of why it is that they have to get back on the right foot. Once you get back on your right footing with Yahweh Shemal Shai, everything is gonna be back in order, man. And it's happening right now. That's why we're reforming our minds. Now, find all of that information that we have. Esau Edom being the devil that was given power to take peace from the earth and being set up by the Lord. Let's tie that back in Hosea.
You said that it's the Lord that decrees who rules, right? Who's in control of the earth. It's the Lord that set up the things. This is Proverbs 8 and 15. I started at 14. Proverbs 8 and 14, it says, counsel is mine in sound wisdom. I am understanding, I have strength. By me kings reign, and princes decree justice. By me princes rule, and nobles, even all the judges of the earth. So everything is in control of Yahweh Shemal Shai, man. Nobody gets in power on their own strength. It's because the Lord allowed it, man. Right?
And that's what we have happening right now, man. You know? We're in the transition of Esau, Edom, his hegemony being thrown down, and Israel being lifted.
Right.
But it comes by way of us coming back and repenting in these times. Alright?
So Hosea chapter 6 and verse 2. After 2 days will he...
Read verse 1.
Hosea chapter 6 and verse 1. Come and let us return unto the Lord.
Come and let us return. Come and let us return back to the Lord. Is that not what's happening in these last days?
You should have enough sense to realize that it's important that we do this, man. Because everything don't work. Everything else don't work.
Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn, and he will heal us. He hath smitten, and he will bind us up. After 2 days will he revive us. In the third day he will rise us up, and we shall live in his sight.
We in the third day. We're 3 days and a half. Even though it's symbolic to Yahweh Shai being raised on that third day, but it's also likened unto the elect, the spiritual. That third day, we were raised up, and what did it say? We shall live in his sight. And we're living again because what? We've been given the breath.
Let's add to that. Revelation 11 and 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai entered into them.
Right, so you can't ignore this prophecy, man. Right?
That was done.
See what I'm saying? This was bound to happen. No matter what they did to destroy us, to eliminate us from our heritage, to separate the tribes, to give us new names, those proverbs and bywords, guess what? The elect, the remnant, still woke back up, man. So that's the essence of what the scriptures say. You can do nothing against the truth before the truth, man. These niggas gave you hip hop. They gave you the Black Baptist Church. They gave you crack, cocaine. All right? They gave you all that shit, man. Opioids. Right? They gave you crab, lobster, shrimp. They gave you all of that shit. And the elect still came out of that, man. That's not power. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, you know, Jake on the outside looking in, they don't really understand the magnitude of when they see brothers out here on the highways and heaven bringing out the truth of the scriptures, man. This is amazing. You know, this is like Jaquan has said, this is no small feat, man. It's a miracle.
Right. Spiritual power.
Like all of these different vices that Jaquan had just listed that this devil had threw at us with ill intent, he gave you those things to destroy you. He never gave you anything for your benefit. Everything was for your detriment. Because if he really did, if he really wanted to give you something for your benefit, let me read up one verse. Right? Matter of fact, I'll read up two verses. Revelation 11 and 9. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. So this devil, what did he do by not allowing you to be put in graves? That's to mean that he didn't allow you to go into the grave knowing who you were, man. You went to the spirit world thinking that you was black, thinking that you was Native American, thinking that you was Hispanic, being called by all these different bywords and proverbs.
You died a slave.
You died a slave. You didn't die with your heritage. You know? You had an unhonorable death. You know?
Hey, that's why back then, you know, the slave masters, they feared Jake reading the Bible. You know, because they always feared in the back of their minds that one day that these slaves would wake up to the knowledge of who they truly are. Right? That's why the slave, if he was caught reading and writing, he was beaten with many stripes. If he was caught reading the Bible, he was put to death. Right? So even a lot of those slave owners, they were Amalekites anyway. Right? When you go into the history, a lot of those big plantation owners, rich-ass Edomites, those was Amalekites, man. Right?
Continuing on, back in verse 11, in the latter. And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Yeah, great fear. Great fear fell upon all of our enemies that saw us, man. Esau and these nations, man. This is like them. They woke up. Like the testimony with the apostles up in New York. You know, they said that somebody pulled up in a limo or whatnot and rolled the window down asking, how did you know all of this? You spent billions of dollars to keep this information hidden. How did you know it? The reason why how we knew it is because it was of the Lord. He gave us back the breath. Right? So like once again, giving all these different religions. He was giving rap music. He was giving gang culture. Right? He was giving all of this bullshit to keep you separated from your heritage, man. But hey, in this time, he still came back, and that wasn't going to be stopped. Esau couldn't stop it if he wanted to. It was bound to happen.
This is Mark chapter 1 and verse 15. It says, "And saying the time is fulfilled, and the kingdom of the Most High is at hand."
And this is Yahweh Shai speaking, right? This is 2,000 years ago. Yahweh Shai is speaking, and these words reign more true now today, man, because the salvation, his return is near, man, which equates to the kingdom. Can you read it?
It says, "Repent, yea, and believe the gospel."
Repent and believe the gospel. What does the word repent mean? To turn back. What are you turning back from? You're turning back from this detestable culture that you immerse yourself, right? All of this Western ideology that goes contrary to the scriptures. The Lord is telling you to turn back from that shit, man. It's obvious that it hasn't been to your benefit. It's been advantageous to the heathen that made that crafty counsel against you. Could you grab Zephaniah 1:15? These heathen took crafty counsel against you, and it was advantageous to immerse you in nothing but constant wickedness, man. Right? But now the Lord is telling you to turn back from that, to seek out the ancient ways. In Jeremiah 6:16, after you get your word, He's telling us to turn back from these ways of Western ideology and come back into the scriptures. All right? And to believe in his word, to believe in the good news. That's what it means by gospel. What's the good news entail? The truth being exalted, the lands being cleansed, righteousness dwelling in the lands, not having to deal with any manner of wickedness at all, having the word written in our inward part. You're not going off, you coming back, and you staying. Your ass gonna stay this time. You ain't gonna go off again, right? That new covenant gonna be inside of you, man. You're not even gonna have the ability to sin, bro. Not a wicked thought gonna cross your mind. That's peace. Finally, we gonna have true peace and rest, man. To a nigga in the world, they like, why you doing that? I like a little challenge, but you don't. Trust me, bro. You don't want the challenge of having the option to sin and not sin.
That's something boring to
That shit sounds crazy to a nigga. But that show you how much Jake love this wicked shit. Jeremiah 6.
This is Jeremiah 6 and verse 16. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways, and see and ask for the old path, where is the good way, to walk therein."
Right. The old paths. It's truth, man. The ancient way that was beneficial and profitable. It's a reason. I was gonna say it's a reason why this truth is the only text that's withstood the whole existence of time, man. Niggas ain't going over to Egypt saying, let me go over and look at these scrolls right quick. No, nigga, because that shit ain't real. None shall want her make. This word can't be linked or intertwined with anything, man. This word is pure. It's the truth. Stand alone.
This is the word Padamah, because it said return back to the old ways. It says beginning origin of ancient, it says a former pristine state. So pretty much go back to the ways of old. Scriptures.
Sympathy and empathize for niggas in the world, bro. When this word is brought forth to you and you buck up against it, you got a scarf, you got something negative to say about it, hey man, let this table be a snare to you, bro.
This is Jeremiah 6 and 16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths, where is the good way?
And ask for the old paths, where is the good way? Go ahead.
And walk therein.
And walk therein.
And ye shall find rest for your souls.
And you shall find rest for your souls. precept. Proverbs 12 and 28. In the way of righteousness is life, and in the pathway thereof there is no death. Right? So this is the pathway of life. Any other path is the pathway of death. See what I'm saying? So walk in it, man.
Verse 17. Also I set watchmen over you, saying, Jeremiah 6 and 17. Also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet, but they said we will not hearken.
Right, and that's the mindset of 2/3 of our people. Right? You've been immersed into this culture of Babylon, the land of confusion, and you think that that way is beneficial to you. See, niggas like that, you're gonna die. Like Zaquan had just read in Proverbs. The way of righteousness is the way of life. Babylon is contrary to it. It's not hard to put two and two together. If it's contrary to righteousness, what does that equate to? Death. So when niggas keep dying, why is that? Because you're going some other way than the way that's profitable to you. You trying to go up some other way and think that you want to be living a lifestyle that's easy and it's peaceful, but it's not beneficial to you, bro. So when niggas keep dying, they're just gonna die. Except for my
It's Jeremiah 6 and 16, 16 in the Good News translation. It's like it. The Lord said to this people, stand at the crossroads and look, ask for the ancient paths and where the best road is. Walk in it and you will live in peace. But they said, no, we will not.
we got a freshly paved road right here. Right? It's a freshly paved road. Niggas trying to go on the dirt road and shit. No. It's a quicker way. It's a better way over here. Meanwhile, you go through that shit, you come out the road, your axle fucked up, your tire popped. Now you just stuck. That's the straight gate. Jake, you gotta go through the straight gate, the highway. Matter of fact.
Verse 17. Then the Lord appointed centuries to listen for the trumpet's warning. And the man you see, prophesying all those centuries, man. The man set up to give you the warning of the judgments that are about to befall our people, man.
Guidance.
It says, the Lord appointed centuries to listen for the trumpet's warning, but they said, we will not listen. So this is the stiff-necked, hard-heartedness of our people, man. You read in Ezekiel, it talks about, I send you unto a rebellious nation, man. I send you out there to give them this message, but since they won't listen to me, they're not going to listen to you, man. So that shows you the disobedient nature and how deeply rooted, this propaganda that Esau Edomites is pushing out to here.
All right, this is Zechariah 7 and 11. But they refused to hearken and pulled away the shoulder and stopped their ears that they should not hear. Right? And we'll literally see Jake go by and plug his ears as he walked by. I'll show you how wicked Jake is, man. It says, verse 12, yea, they made their hearts as an adamant stone, lest they should hear the law, and the words of the Lord of hosts have sent in his spirit by the former prophets. Therefore came a great wrath from the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Verse 13. Therefore it came to pass that as he cried, they would not hear. So they cried, and I would not hear, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So as the Lord is crying out to you by the way of his prophets, right? When this shit go down, and shit really hits the fan out here, you gonna cry to the Lord, but the Lord said, I ain't gonna hear. Is he not fair?
Can you run it back?
Right. Zechariah 7 and 11. But they refused to hearken and pulled away the shoulder and stopped their ears that they should not hear.
So pretty much the point I want to touch on that the word for ear is azan. And pretty much it said they stop their ears so they can't hear. When you go into that word outline of biblical usage, it says wait, test, prove, or consider. So Jake won't even consider what the Lord is saying. You see that in their actions. Right?
They're not even going to test it. Like, shit, do a 30-day lunch. Try it out. It's beneficial to you. Jake like to do things, try trials and shit, do a 30-day trial on the benefits of the scripture, man.
And see if it's for you.
See if it's for you. Just look up, do the research, and Jake like, hell no, I don't want to do that. But that's to their detriment. You know? This way was made clear unto you. But hey, as we're gonna get into it, Jake 2/3, they can't come in though. They can't even bother to come into that highway.
Can I get that?
Isaiah 35.
There you go. You got it. You gotta get that. That's the spirit.
I got it right here for
Go
you.
ahead, break it down.
Isaiah 35 and 8. Paul, you wanna break it down?
Yeah, I got it.
Isaiah 35 and 8. And an highway shall be there, and a way.
Right, and the highway shall be there. And that's really, that highway would equate the men of the Lord that you see out here on the highway edges outside, and also on the internet. Because there's not the internet, also known as the information highway, the World Wide Web. See? So the scriptures say what? That a highway should be there. Read on. On a highway, whether it's physically out here outside in the elements or on the information highway, man, the internet, man, the World Wide Web, the unicorn.
Continuing on, and it shall be called the way of holiness.
See that? And it should be called the way of holiness. This is the way, walk you in it. Go ahead.
The unclean shall not pass over it, but it shall be for those. The wayfaring men, though fools, shall not err therein.
Right, so it said, read that part again.
The unclean shall not pass over it.
Right, the unclean shall not pass over that highway, man. Meaning 2/3, these niggas, they're not gonna get it. They're not gonna be able to enter into that pathway. Go ahead. Basically, they've been blocked off. No trespassing, nigga. Go ahead.
But it shall be for those.
But it should be for those. Go ahead.
The wayfaring men.
The wayfaring men. That word wayfaring goes back to upright in heart. Believe is the fathers, man. The ones that truly believe in Yahweh. Go ahead.
Though fools shall not err therein.
Though fools shall not enter therein, man. Right? The wicked of our people, they're not gonna be able to obtain this path. Right? So the Lord has it set up where only the elect can receive this thing, man. 2/3 have been blocked out, man. You know?
These niggas, they will fuck up the road.
Right.
You know? The scriptures say riches are not commonly to a nigga. Right? Riches, they can't come across a nigga, man. That's why the scriptures say what? You can't cast your squirrels before swine, man. When Jake be trying to give them the truth, niggas try and buck up against you. Use it against you. Right? Every little move that you make, they watching you, and then they trying to peep everything you do now. Just to argue, just to be argumentative. Nothing constructive, anything that's being done because they're not meant to actually come into the highway. You know?
So the Lord set it up, man. Right? The Lord had it blocked. 2/3 had it open for the elect, basically, man. So if you're fortunate enough to receive of this understanding, then more than likely you one of the Lord's elect, man. You know? If your spirit completely agrees with the doctrine, hey, then more than likely you one of his, man. See, the elect would have no discrepancies, man. Right? They wouldn't have no problem with the scriptures, man. You know?
It says, these are they which are not defiled with women according to the other doctrines and philosophies. For they are virgins, these are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were ordained from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High. But pretty much the point being that they're not going to defile with other philosophies.
They're not going to be defiled with other philosophies. Following the Lamb, Yahushua had a specific doctrine that he had taught when he was on the scene 2,000 years ago. And that doctrine is being echoed through the Spirit and used through these men that you see on the highways and hedges today. Starting with our head elders and apostles on down. You see? Because Jake be trying to, they had the whole situation with these various camps, IUIC, ISUPK, GOCC, HOI. right? All these various different camps trying to come together and congregate. That shit makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's confusion. You trying to speak one thing and then he don't agree with you on that topic, but y'all supposed to come together. It makes sense.
They weren't giving the breath.
Like how is God really in the midst?
Right.
When 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, that entails you being in the spirit.
In the right spirit.
In the right spirit.
I got you. You told something? I got you.
So Isaiah 35 and verse 8 in the Good News Translation, it reads, therefore, there will be a highway there called the road of holiness.
Ooh, see? This is the road of holiness right here. This is the pathway of life. Go ahead.
No sinner will ever travel that road.
Ooh, see that?
No fools will mislead those who follow it.
Yep.
No lions will be there. No fierce animals will pass that way. Those whom the Lord has rescued will travel home by that road.
Right. This road has been, this pathway has been given a clear pathway for the elect, man. Right? And that's what we said. Hey, I read the precept, Proverbs 12 and 28. This is the pathway of life, where there is no death. So any other way outside of this pathway that was given is death. You're going to get destroyed. Right? I got to add on to you real quick. John 10 and 4, red letter speaking. Yahweh Shai speaking red letter. John chapter 10 verse 4, it says, and when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. And what is the voice of Yahweh Shai? The complete sound doctrine, man. That's the voice of the Lord. And it says, and a stranger will they not follow. Right? A stranger could be equated to another false doctrine. Right? It says, a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him. For they know not the voice of strangers. So the voice is basically, the sound doctrine that Yahweh Shai taught. They're not going to be listening to strangers, man. Like the brother brought out in Revelation 14. Those virgins, they weren't defiled with women. They stayed pure to the doctrine, man. Right? It said in their mouths was found no guile, which means what? No lies, no deceit. Right?
What they say in the world, man, stranger danger, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay away from these niggas, man. It's a death sentence if you go any other way, man.
That's right. Hey, that's right, though. You better run away. Hey, this pretty safe. Romans 16, that you're supposed to you mark them and depart from them, man. Nigga talk about some the name of the Lord is Jesus Christ. You better get the hell out of there, man. You know? Come on, man. It's crazy how everybody question that, man. Like, how are you still calling the Lord Jesus Christ when that was the very name that was given to you in slavery, man? All right? They gave you that God, man. Going back to Serapis Christos, man. All right? During the time of Ptolemy, what's his name? Ptolemy Soter I. That word, I found out that word Soter goes back to Savior, man. You know, Esau always trying to put himself up as God, man. But it don't make no damn sense that you Jakes are still calling the Lord by that name today, man. When you can clearly do the research and find out that the Messiah's name is Yahweh Shai, man. Right? No excuse, Jake.
I got a quick word. This is Ra'ai, which means a shepherd. Pretty much. It says the shepherd, a ruler, teacher. It says to associate with, be a friend of, right? And who does the elect associate with? Mashiach Yahweh Shai. You see? Who tends to the flock? Mashiach Yahweh Shai. You know?
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 2. And I'll start in verse 2. And it reads, And when I saw the abundance of meat, I said to my son, Go and bring that poor man, whosoever thou shalt find out of our brethren, who is mindful of the Lord. And lo, I tarry for thee. So, going into the story, Tobit was feeding his people, but he was only giving them food to those who believe, man. Those who still followed the Lord. Because Jake, during that time in Syria, was going completely off, man. So he was only looking for those who continued to follow in the ways he had by shot. And now we're giving you that spiritual food right now, man. But we're only giving the food to those who believe, man. The elect. Come on.
Not everybody can eat at that table. Right. That table was literally crafted going all the way back to the prayer that King David put on. Right? King David prayed that this table be made a snare to 2/3 of our people. Because they can't eat at this table. They can't partake of the feast. And Lord willing, we be able to partake of it. You know?
And because when salvation comes for the elect, they're going to sit at the table, the true table with your house shot. Right. You know, so that's heavy.
It's 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 15. I have said before and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there are many more of them which shall perish than of them which shall be saved.
Right. Zechariah 13 and 8. 2/3 of the nation of Israel shall be cut off and die. Okay? 2/3 of the people on this sign right here.
No, he was in the spirit, brother. He was in the spirit.
2/3 of the nation of Israel on this sign, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and individuals that may look like the heathen, but have the spirit of Israelites. If you don't hearken unto this word, you're going to be cast into the lake of fire, which is going to be the ICBM nuclear destruction. Yeah. All right? So it's many more that are going to perish. Why? Because of their disobedience, man. All right? Circling all the way back to the top of the lesson, right? All these things are happening on the planet Earth. And it's all preparing to pretty much bottleneck you into this NWO, where they're going to enforce that implantable device. Why? Because, see, your lack of disobedience, your lack of hearkening unto this word is pretty much pulling you in to submission to this devil. They gonna take that bitch. They're not gonna see it as a disadvantage if they go ahead and just do whatever they want to do. Because if you actually take that shit, to them it's gonna be seen as just like, all right, I'm able to go ahead, do whatever I gotta do. I gotta eat, I gotta take care of my kids, just like how they did the jab. People said, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and take the jab, I'm gonna take it and do whatever I need to do. But if you actually take that device, we're gonna read right here the account of those that take the MOTP.
And that's why Little Duval was making mockery of you niggas that got the JAB. Because he was basically saying niggas was talking all this shit about how they wasn't gonna do it, wasn't gonna take it, and they ended up taking it. So he said when in return, he said when they issue the micro C hip, he said I'm gonna wait till niggas take it and die first before I take it, man. See, like I'll take it, but I gotta see what's gonna happen to you niggas first. So look, hey Jake gonna take the shit.
He probably gonna end up taking it first because they're gonna cut off all his funds, man.
Exactly.
You know, he gonna lose all that lifestyle, living his best life, right? He about to lose all that. And then he gonna be forced into taking that thing, man.
It was a dude at one of my old jobs, pretty much one day I was talking to him. It was like a Monday, and that went on Monday he was 10 toes. He was like, yeah, I ain't taking that shit. He was like, he just tried to do that. And on that Wednesday, he was like, he had to do it for the kids, you know. And that's because they're not rooted in the foundation.
Their foundation is Esau. Right. Their foundation is the son of perdition. Their foundation is their trust in Pharaoh, man, Egypt. You know? So they might buck up a little bit and say, I ain't gonna take it. I ain't gonna take it. But then when shit goes left, and that devil really bring up in horns, like he did toward the latter end, and he was like, look, if you don't take this shit, you done. You ain't got no job. If you don't take this shit, when you go around your family for the holidays, all y'all niggas gonna die. Jake like, damn, this nigga is so over. He's gonna say, hold on.
Too much truth now, slow down.
Too much.
This is Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his charagma in their forehead or in his hand.
Right, the charagma, that implantable device that's going to be embedded underneath the skin. All right, it's going to be either in your forehead or in your wrist. In the hand.
Anyway, he can put it anywhere in the body.
Anywhere in the body. Because you got Jake be on that bullshit. Jake be trying to supplant, talking about something. Well, maybe if I get it in like wrist, arm, or something like that, I'll be good. Just walking to the head. Like, no, nigga, if you get that shit anywhere in your body,
So if you receive it, you take it in any form or fashion, no?
That's what Nate said. He made mockery in the video years ago. He said, what if I get it in my butt cheek?
like niggas being simple, bro. Like, let's be real. You think Esau, it's prophesied that he's gonna place it somewhere inside of you. So you think Esau finna really just have the needle and you're like, wait. Let me turn around right quick. You just put it in my ass cheek. You're gonna be like, bro, what the fuck wrong with you? Like, nigga, if you don't give me your goddamn forehead.
And Esau like, look, instead of you bowing to the idol, I'm gonna put the idol in your ass. Right? So don't worry about bowing down. I'm gonna just put it right in your ass. It's really it's just like the elder brothers is breaking it down. It's just a modernized way of branding the people, man. This technology, man. Because back in the time of Rome, they used the brands. They used the tattoos. They used the brand the military and the brand the slaves. So this modernized way of branding the slaves today is going to be through the device. Simply put, and this is what Apostle John saw in the vision. That's why he said, look, he that hath wisdom count the number of the beasts, the number of a man, which is the man that sinned, Esau, the son of perdition. Apostle John was breaking down pretty much this technocracy, man, that's going to enslave the planet Earth by the way of that season, man. That's not hard to receive.
And like we always say, like, if you don't believe what is written in the scriptures, then you clearly got a blocker on you that's refusing. You got that angel blocking you from actually seeing this, because these devils are on these panels outwardly saying that we finally acquired God, divine technology, the power to create and destroy, the power to pretty much merge man and machine. What does that entail from this devil?
He said free will, that's over with. He said the ability to have free will and do what you want to do, he said that's over. That's what the devil said. What's his name? Yuval Noah Harari said that shit. So they telling you, look, we getting ready to enslave your ass by the way of this technology. There ain't nothing you can do about it, right?
What is that? Is it 2 Thessalonians 2?
Yep.
Right? He wants to be like the Most High. This technology has given Esau the means to actually enact that vision. And when he enforces it, he's going to do it in a way to where he bottlenecks you to make you do it. You're going to submit to it. Unless you actually have the Spirit of the Lord dealing with you, man. That's why we're telling our people, look, you hold Proverbs 15. I think I'll grab this. This is Proverbs chapter 18 and 20. Psalm 18.
I thought we escaped.
Psalm chapter 18 and 20.
This is Romans chapter 11. Romans 11 and 4. What saith the answer unto what saith but what saith the answer of the Most High to him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed their knee to the image of Baal.
Right, so the Lord reserved 7,000 men. That number 7 means completion. So the Lord has a complete number of men that won't bow the knee to the image of Baal, meaning they're not going to sell out. Because the image, the modern day image of Baal today is going to be that damn seal, man. That's going to be the idol Esau will force the world to accept. The Lord said he reserved 7,000 men that was not going to bow the knee, man. So the Lord has the elect, preserved, to not sell out. Meaning, so when all those scriptures come into play, when the Lord said that my servants was going to eat and have drink. So as the brothers going into, when these devils bottleneck society and they strip away the resources and your freedoms, and you don't have the ability to freely eat and drink and move around, and the Lord's going to take care, he's going to preserve his elect, man.
Right. These people they don't have any understanding of how to go out and get water, how to go out, get food, how to harvest food from an actual living animal.
Yeah, cut up a chicken.
How to cut that shit properly.
Right.
Without the guts spilling out of shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But the Lord is actually going to preserve his people.
Right.
Right? Pharaoh, Esau gonna have his, the Lord gonna have his. Right? The Lord gave over those other people to Muhammad, right? They're going to take the digital all, they'll take that shit because Pharaoh's already know. But the 7,000 that the Lord has preserved, the remnant, they're not going to submit. You saw? Know that. No matter how hard you try, there's going to be a remnant in this time that's not going to bow down to your image, to your dogma, right? They're going to detach themselves. Isaiah 10 and 20. We're not going to lean upon the one that smote us any longer, but shall lean upon the Holy One of Israel.
Right. Hey, the Lord took care of us in the wilderness, right? So how much more in this time, man? Because when this society collapses, hey, it's basically going to be the wilderness all over again.
Free game.
See what I'm saying? The Lord going to take care of his just like he did in the old time. Right? But he going to purge out them niggas, though. Right? 2/3 it ain't right. See?
Walk in this word. It says not to czar. It says to guard, watch over the people. It says to preserve, guard from dangers. And pretty much the elect's going to be guarded from those dangers. But 2/3 in these heathens going to be destroyed. And the various perils. It says to keep, observe, guard with fidelity. And pretty much when you go into fidelity, it means firmness or like steadfastness. Steadfastness. So pretty much the Lord's going to stay true to his word.
Faith.
Yep.
Can I get one to add on to that really quick? 2nd Ezra 9. Right? 2nd Ezra 9 and like start at 5. They said he was going to preserve those through the perils. Right? Somebody's going to survive. Somebody's going to be preserved in the time of trouble and destruction, man. All Israel ain't just going to die, man. You see what I'm saying? See, in Esau's mind, he think he going to kill us all. It ain't going to happen, man.
That's a wild nigga mindset.
Right.
I'm going to eradicate all the Israelites.
He really think he going to do that. He on the panels and platforms talking about, look, we got it this time. Like, we going to get you this time. This shit ain't going to happen, man.
Like, bro, you tried to eradicate us and hide the members of Israel. That failed. So I don't know why you're still trying to do this.
Exactly. And that's the faith booster, man. He ain't gonna get us all, man.
Avian's bullshit.
See that? Go ahead.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 7. The Lord gonna judge that.
I hope we get hit by a fucking car.
2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works
Yep.
and by faith.
So you gotta have the works and you gotta have the faith. They both go hand in hand. Faith without works is dead. Go ahead.
And by faith whereby ye have believed,
Yep.
shall be preserved from the said perils.
Shall be preserved from the said perils. Everything we telling you that's about to happen on earth. Everything that's getting ready to go down in America, man. There's going to be a remnant that's going to be spared, all right, from the said perils. Go ahead.
And shall see my salvation in my land.
And they're going to be saved, right? They're going to have that hedge. They're going to be covered, man. It tells you that in Psalms 140, I believe verse 7 to 8 in there, it tells you that the Lord has covered my head in the day of battle. That word cover goes back to hedge, or protection. You see that?
And shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
For I have sanctified them and me from the beginning. That's the elect. That was with Yahushua from the beginning, man. Them same spirits on the earth that's doing the work that the Lord is going to preserve in this time, man. See? The Lord willing, we are the men, them spirits coming back, man. Doing this work, involved in this vocation, pursuing the Ephesians 4th chapter, man. The work of the ministry.
Scriptures say that the Lord hasn't forgot your labor of love. The Lord ain't finna forget what we do.
Right.
You know, in the time of Jacob's trouble, when we're in need of help. Just like how when the Lord is crying out to his men, to his people, and when they need help, he's not gonna listen to them. So what's it like on the flip side? Right. The Lord is gonna hear our cries, our supplication.
It's the book of Psalm chapter 140 and verse 6. I say unto the Lord, thou art my power. Hear the voice of my supplications, O Lord. O power, the Lord is strength of my salvation. Thou hast covered my head in the day of battle.
There you go. Thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. We about to enter into the battle, man. This is a spiritual war we in, man. This devil is planning to get physical. Because, hey, the gimmicks and all the distractions and the deception didn't work. Now the dragon got to go ahead and make war with the remnant of the woman of the remnant of her seed. Man. Ain't nothing else he could do but just come with the sword now, man. There's nothing else worked. Right? Jake woke up out of all that shit, all those spells, right? All the witchcraft, right? That engulfed the minds of our people. Hey, the Lord broke them, man. He woke the elect out of that shit, man. You know?
There's no enchantment against Jacob, man. You know, the elect are always going to be pulled back, you know, out of the madness that Esau Edom is pushing, man. It's always happened. There's always been an elect, you know, in all of these captivities, man. Right. Now, this being the worst, you know, Esau Edom has that pride on him that, you know, that he's going to take all of Israel, man.
Right.
You know, but they didn't take into account the chosen that the Lord had chosen from the beginning, man. You know?
Back in the book of Zechariah. Okay? This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 8. In verse 1, and it reads, it says, again, the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel of hosts, came to me, saying, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel of hosts, I was jealous for Zion with great jealousy, and I was jealous for her with great fury. Right? So just like somebody was trying to get at your woman, you know, how much more the Lord's woman, man? This devil talking about he about to destroy the Lord's woman. He about to devour her, right? With that damn sea hip, you know? So, hey, the Lord said he was jealous for Zion with great jealousy, man.
And that's why you gotta scream like a motherfucker to the Lord, man. Like the elders, you know, making the analogy of, you know, Israel being the Lord's woman, right? If your woman is about to get raped by another man and she don't scream, how you gonna feel?
Right.
Like, damn, you ain't look to me for help.
She was with it.
You was with it. And what's the judgment of those according to the law? Both of their ass gonna get put to death, man. You know? But those the woman that did scream, she wasn't held accountable.
Right.
And that's what Esau's sick, perverted mind don't understand, man. You know? He thinks that by him trying to do all of these acts to pretty much paint an image of Israel being a harlot, that it's no way that the Lord will be forgiven to a remnant of our people.
The remnant is crying out.
They're crying.
That's the script. Hey, sign and cry. The scripture told us to cry out. Right? We're crying out. We telling the Lord what this man is about to do to the nation, man. How he plans to defile our people, man, to destroy our people, to have our people perpetual slaves under this NWO.
Well, the testament.
Right. So we like, Lord, preserve us, come get us, save us. Right? This nigga that lost his mind. You know?
Psalms 18:10.
Right.
The name of the Lord Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
Yeah, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, man. And you got niggas that's openly disrespecting the name of Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. Making light of it. But you call yourself a Hebrew Israelite, you got a Hebrew name, right? But somehow in this world that the Heavenly Father and the Son don't have Hebrew names, right? But you telling the congregation to put respect on your officers' names and the bishop's name, right? But you ain't got no respect on the creator of all spirits' name. The audacity of you niggas, man. Right? Go ahead. Yeah, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run up into it and are safe, man. See? So we gonna trust in the name of the Lord. We gonna trust when we call on the name of Yahweh Shemel Shah in the wicked times, that we're gonna have a safe haven, man. That we're gonna have a place of refuge, man. You see that?
This is Acts 4:12. Neither is there salvation in any other.
Neither is there salvation in any other what? Name. Go ahead.
But there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved.
So there is no other name given under heaven, given by men that thereby we must be saved, man. So there's only one name, man. There's not no titles, other names, right? Because niggas will tell you, well, the Lord got many names, many titles. No. He has a name that was given from him,
right.
Given to him.
Nobody was on the scene 2,000 years ago calling Yahweh Shai 600 names. That don't even make sense.
They weren't calling him Jesus Christ either. See what I'm saying?
Names are pronouns. They can't change across dialect. So if you spoke Hebrew and your name is Hebrew, that's your name.
Right.
Just like, for instance, like somebody made, like, you know, Jake could be a lot of Jake. They'll have like a name like Luke. Malik is an Arabic name. It has Arabic origin. That's literally Arabic that you're speaking when you use it, though you're speaking English through the whole sentence. You know what I'm saying? Because a name can't go, it can't mix and mingle across different dialects.
Right. Your name is your name.
How much more the Heavenly Father and His Son?
Jake, you better stop playing, man. But it's gonna take, and we've been calling it through the Spirit, it's gonna take horrific judgments for our people to really get it.
It always did. It always had to get to that point for Israel to really shut the fuck up and do what the Lord told him to do. Going all the way back to Egypt. Here it is. Israel's trying to get up out of Israel's trying to get up out of Egypt, and they murmured and snickered.
After seeing the miracles.
Hey, nigga, what is you on? And then when the Lord started judging their ass in the wilderness, for 40 fucking years, them niggas started to be like, oh shit, I think we need to straighten up now. Because if the Lord really wanted to get busy on you niggas, He could if He wanted to, man. And that's what we telling our people. He can get busy on you right now. He's preserving that from happening because He's gracious unto you. He's pleading with you. He wants you to get right. But every time you walk by the camp, all of you individuals that know that you're Israelites, that try to come up some other way, promote your own little agendas, that are trying to preach contrary to the truth, when the Lord closes that door of mercy and is just open with the judgments, Jake ain't gonna be prepared for that shit. Jake gonna be acting like they innocent, bro. We in the court of law right now. In the spirit, we in the court of law. Anything you say or do can be used against you. So wise up, man.
And the scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing, when it talks about how when you build, you gotta watch how you build. You see what I'm saying? You gotta watch how you building this thing, how you coming, man. There's a lot of Jake say coming in the right spirit.
The foundation. You see when you got people in the house, the foundation collapsed.
Right.
In breaking news, 300 niggas.
Right.
300 niggas died in a collapsed building. Like, god damn, who the fuck built this shit? Now you got bullshit coming through.
This is to show you Proverbs 24 and 27. It says, prepare thy work without, make it fit for thyself in the field. And afterwards build thy house. It says, the word for prepare says Quran. It says to be firm, be established, be directed aright, be fixed aright, be steadfast. You gotta make sure you come in the right spirit, the right direction.
What's that foundation? Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is that foundation, that rock. When you trying to come up some other way, your foundation is not prepared. It's not firm. You know? We have faith in Yahweh Shai, therefore our foundation is solid, man. It's sure, it's sturdy. You know? Even in the times that we in right now, it hasn't gotten to the point where it's just full-fledged Jacob's trouble and we're just in dire straits. But even in our day-to-day walk, man, Yahweh Shai, with our faith that we have in Him, when we call upon Him and ask for things to happen, if it be in His will, He makes it happen.
Every single time.
Every single time. You know? The Lord makes sure that, as the scriptures say, as King David well put, I have been young, I have been old, I have never seen the righteous begging for bread. You know? We won't be left without. Starting with the spirit, first and foremost.
Yeah, Yahweh Shai ain't gonna leave you hanging, man. A nigga will leave you hanging. Right. Every time. But Yahweh Shai ain't gonna leave you hanging, man. Go ahead, Doc.
Hey, we're gonna see that with these false prophets, man. Once all these prophecies be proven true, man, to the word that the Lord has given to His men, and contrary to what these men have been teaching, man.
Right.
You know, they're gonna leave their congregations out to dry, man. You know, and that's gonna be much blood upon their hands, man. You know, they're leading many people to death right now. put to death, the multitude was still going off against Moses and Aaron, man.
18,000.
So that's what we're about to start seeing, man.
And it took that many people to die for them to finally be like, you know, hey, Lord dealing with you, Moses.
That's how Jake be. You got to get to that point, man. That's why as the elders, the apostles, the bishops, the men on down have been echoing in the spirit. Something big is about to happen. Something big is about to happen. It's going to be a shakedown in Israel, man. The Lord is really going to start to pull niggas tickets, man. Because niggas is playing.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, and verse 18.
You're going to find out that it wasn't an Israelite party. You're going to find that out. It wasn't shit to party about. It wasn't shit to murph it up about. When the Lord brings the sword, the hammer down. That's when Jake gonna realize, man. Put your t-shirt and fringes on and shit, man. Jumping around the camera looking stupid, man. That's when Jake gonna realize, man. Right? You wanna turn the solemn assembly into a damn after party. Right? Speed dating and shit, a fashion show. That's when Jake gonna realize, man. You got it out.
Hey, man, in that time, man, it's gonna be a lot of, you know, fringe t-shirts blowing around like tumbleweeds out there, man.
Right, hair wraps, the big ass hair wraps. Cause you women, man, you Israelite women proud as hell too, man. You on the comment boards talking shit. You even got women out there teaching, man, going way the hell off, man. Right? Lord didn't set up no damn prophetess, man.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your damn lane, man. But it's cool, man. All those that don't want to get an order, it's all good. You got it, man. We gonna see how that fares in that day, man.
Because the order that comes with the reign of Yahweh Shai. You don't want to get an order. Hey, that's the scripture say what? Those that would not have them reign, that would not have need to reign over them, bring them hither and slay them before me, man. A lot of Israelites don't look at that shit. Because you going against the order, you going against the standard of what is entailed in Yahweh Shai's reign.
Yeah.
You trying to go about it like you back in the world and shit, man.
There was a blueprint laid out. There was a way that was set up to go. It wasn't I woke up to being an Israelite, so I'm gonna just do it how I see fit. Nah, that's not how that shit worked, man.
Like that nigga that walked up talking about saying, you didn't care, bro.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
Right.
That's why that nigga bugged out like he is.
Right. The camps are biblical. What about the 7 churches in Revelation 1st chapter? Those is camps. The churches, those are camps. The sanctuaries.
That's pretty much what Jake said. Leave the church out.
Right.
It's 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 18. And now, when I prepared the world which was not yet made, even for them to dwell in that now live, no man spake against me. For then everyone obeyed. But now the manners of them which are created in the world that is made are corrupted by perpetual seed, and by a law which is unsearchable rid themselves. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that would come into it. And death, man. You know, all the wicked devices, all the ways of these heathen are bringing death upon our people, man. Jake has always been impressionable, but they've always known where they had to come back to, man. This is the first time where Jake had to be directly told through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shemal Shai, man. You know?
Got that word for church. It says G1577, the gathering of citizens called out from their homes into some public place, an assembly of people convened at a public place, the council for the purpose of deliberating the assembly of the Israelites. Pretty much when you go into Yeshaya chapter 44, Isaiah talks about the water courses. That's pretty much the body. So camps are biblical.
Exactly. What are you Jakes out there talking about separate from the camps and all of that, man? You clearly ain't reading the scriptures, man. All right? The camps, what was the tents, the camps back in the time of Moses in the wilderness and all of that, man? Those was camps. Yahweh Shai, the 12 disciples, that was a camp. Like, what are y'all talking about, man? You know? But I show you, that's why a lot of Jakes, hey, they done, man. All you Yah Israelites, how they say, Israel. Yeah, you got the Y in front of the I, the Israelites. You know, Yahweh only, right? Y'all are gone, man. Y'all don't get it, right? Many were called, but few were chosen. This knowledge is only for a remnant, a small few, man. Right? All of Israel ain't gonna make it on this side, man. You know, whatever y'all brothers about.
It's 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 18 in the Good News translation. It reads, "Before I created this world or people who would live in it, no one opposed me, because no one existed. When I had created the world, I supplied it with an abundance of food and a law of profound wisdom. But the people I created lived corrupt lives. I looked at my world and saw that it was ruined. I saw that my earth was in danger of being destroyed by the wicked plans of the people who had come into it."
But I just found under the inhabitants. This nigga Esau. Matter of fact, Esau is responsible for the true niggas that refuse to come back into your lot as the leaders of the planet are duly responsible as well. Because it's your position to rule the earth, man. It's your job to establish the law, statutes, and commandments. Clear as day, this nigga cannot do his job. Clear as day. And you niggas just go right along with it. So you just as guilty.
We went into our Bible study. Jake holds every authority to high esteem except for Israelite authority. Man.
Right.
You know, so our people, they don't even view themselves as future rulers or future kings, man.
Right.
You know, they see themselves, you know, firmly entrenched, you know, as vassals of the new salvation. Verse 21. When I saw this, I found it very difficult to spare them. But I saved a few for myself, one grape out of a bunch, and one tree out of a great forest. So let them perish, all those people who were born only to be lost. But let my chosen people be safe kept, those for whom I worked so hard to bring to perfection.
That's the grape of the cluster, right? That's that one grape out of the bunch of that cluster that the Lord is going to preserve, man. He said the rest of the multitude, 2/3, they were born in vain, man. That's crucial, man. And if you in the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, you can see that, man. You can see that by the fruits of Jake's actions and the truth, man. The doctrines, the way they moving, you can see it, man. You're like, man, hell no. Like, nah, that ain't how the elect would be moving. That's not what Yahweh Shai would be doing.
Yahweh Shai is always the blueprint. You can always reference that point of contact with Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai, who will he be doing that? Who will he correct? You know, Yahweh Shai, this is Yahweh Shai's ministry at the end of the day.
That's it, man.
He laid the blueprint on how this is supposed to work. And niggas trying to come up some other way.
That's it. And then you could be likened as a thief and a robber, like the Lord said, man.
Right. You're not thorough. You're not thorough. You're not honest. Because that's the attributes of a thief and a robber. You're a dishonest person. You got ill intent.
Exactly.
You sneaky. You shiesty. And you can see that shit fucking fuming from these niggas.
You can see it, man. Grimy niggas.
Niggas be, I got this breakdown. And flip the breakdown 6-7 times over. You like, wait, hold up, bro. You playing with my life. You playing with lives, bro. Like, you niggas just going.
Grimy niggas and garbage, bro.
This is Awesome Rock, chapter 1, verse 30. It says, exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul, and so the Most High discover thy secrets, and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to fear of the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit. Now I want to get the word for truth, moth, which is synonymous with sincerity. Pretty much you'll be exposed because you got ulterior motives. That's why it says, thy heart is full of deceit.
Right, and we've been seeing that, man. All those that have came into this ministry over the past 10 years I've been in this thing, all those that came into this ministry that wasn't right, the Lord weeded them out, man. The Lord exposed them, got rid of them, man. You see that? Basically, the Lord spewed them out. You can't pretend, you can't play with this thing, man. This is real life. So the Lord is going to continue to weed out the real from the phonies, man. This ain't no joke. Hey, the Lord said he was going to, what's that scripture? He said he was going to shine the light upon those that settled on their knees, that's comfortable, that's just chilling. These deals with Esau that got the bag, that's out here lying to you, right? All that's about to get all exposed. It's happening now, right? The Lord is always sifting. Amos, the 9th chapter. He's always shaking shit up, you know?
It's Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leaves. And the candles is the spirit of the Lord, man. And that spirit is being protruded through his men, man. Now he's permeating the earth with that light. Through the starting with our elders and apostles on down, man.
Right.
It says, I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leaves. These men that are at rest, these men that are up at their watch, man. Doing their deeds, right? It says that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil.
Right.
So they're trying to ensnare our people in the ways of this world, man. They're telling them that there's no more danger out here, man. They convince people that these prophecies are long down the road, man. Right?
There's no fear.
Right.
They think that they already made it. Lord willing, this is an edifying live camp. The spirit, power, and mercy of Yahweh Shai. Close out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Kamudash. Double honors to the apostles, and brothers, and great mercy on the time to do well. Peace, blessings, and mercy to the house of David, and my Yahweh. Hopefully, let say shalom, man. Shalom.
Kwame Yashua.
Kwame Yashua.
Bob the ball.